Hello and welcome to my first cast for the GSI 2 vs 2 tournament. My name is Toby and I'm going to cast a couple of games throughout the tournament. Well, recently I'm not playing that much Wargame Red Dragon, but I played a lot in the past and also participated in some tournaments. I'm not the best player, I'm not an elite player, but I think I'm a decent player. I will take a look through some games, interesting games we had already in the group stage, and well, I will also maybe point out some mistakes, maybe let's call it mistakes, or what maybe could have been done better in certain situations. Maybe not so much in this game because here are some elite teams playing, but later I think I will also cast some games of maybe not so well-known players and maybe give some little tips what's going to be better, what can be easily done better. Anyway, we have here the game of 50 years old, which with the players of Song China and Sentinel. They are playing on the red side in this case, and they play the decks Czech Republic and Red Mechanized. And on the other side we have the team VHDGT1, whatever that means, but in this game Haymaker and Val are playing, and they choose to play with Israel on spec and Blue Dragon motorized. As a little reminder, we have some simple rules for the tournament. In the group stage, when you win with a coalition or with a country, this country is blocked and you are not allowed to play it in the group stage again. And on the other hand, it's also, we made another rule, which is like the decks have to have, one team have to have different specializations. And well, in this case we also choose like unspec is also one specialization, so you can like play unspec and mechanized, for example, like the red team is doing. Well, let's see. We have here Highway to Seoul. I think most of you are very familiar with this map. It's a very popular map, and usually it's like one player is going to the left and one player is going to the right to push in Gulf or in Delta. The highway is very important to control, and this map also allows players easily to sneak stuff around in the enemy base. So I think the countdown is going to end soon and the players are starting. We see here the blue team is starting with one saver to try to control the mid, like maybe to avoid a heli drop of the opponent, and the opponents are opening without any infantry in a helicopter. Just we have here the CV, the helicopter for the CV in the base of Alpha. But this is kinda, I would say, surprising. But well, we will see how it will work for both. But we will see here the blue team starting with 2 Bass fighters, and the red team already has 1 MiG-25 up, but they are not engaging yet. Let's see how this will work out. And there's also the KF-16C, the seed fighter of the Blue Dragon. So it's a lot of aircraft going on from the blue side. They're not engaging yet still. Let's see if they now go for the MiG-25. No, not again. So the Zephyr is going mid and is trying to take control of Delta. So shooting down the recon helis, it's always good to shoot those down. But there's already coming the fast units of red for the middle. So now the Bass is going for the MiG-25 PD. And oh, what a surprise trade. One MiG-25 shoots down a Bass, which is kinda expensive. Well, no, the Bass is almost the same price, so it's a fair trade, I would say. Okay, let's see how it's going on. There's a heavy push of blue between Echo and Delta, and in the mid there's not so much going on yet. Seems like red is also concentrating their forces. The Czech forces are all going to the middle, so we will have soon a clash here in the middle of Echo. And on the other side there's not so much forces coming from blue, it's well. I guess he spent all or most of his units for the planes, or most of his points. So there's not so much ground forces here yet. But yeah, and there's no heavy tank or whatsoever. So let's see. First engagement here in the middle. As we all know, in Wargame, the first engagement can be kind of decisive for a battle. But so far it looks good. There's 2 Modernas against 1 Merkava bus. That can be an issue. But so far the Moderna are just working against the infantry or the transporters, which pushed forward. The Chumat try to shoot down some transporters, but it's really difficult now for the Chumats to find valuable targets. The Moderna are pushing forward, and now there's the Kurnas coming, kind of to be expected, and bombing all the infantry here. That's a huge blow. I mean, there was mostly kind of cheap infantry with just 10 points, but also some proletary and some special forces, so they're not killed yet, but I mean, once you lose them, it's kind of annoying. And here we see the block. Oh, that's a huge blow against the blue team. Their seat is shot down by the AA, although they didn't trade, so it's like 160 points they lose. You all know it's like kind of a little difficult. Wargame is also a little bit economic game. You have to try to make trades which are in usually better units are more expensive now, so you try to trade your units with also very valuable units from the opponent. But here it was a huge blow against the air force of blue. So now we see a little push of red on the right side. Blue has just base forces there. It's not an overwhelming force. And on the left side there's also red pushing and try to gain control of Echo. This Tokyon-se, which in the house are really annoying. It was kind of easy for them to bring them there, and they can hold back an enemy force very long. So that's a good placement for your infantry in the opener. But let's see what's going on in golf. I guess there's the bigger engagement right now. They try to push into the forest here. There's no heavy tank or something who can defend against the T-72s. So they're kind of dominating here the battlefield. Maybe there are more forces you can put in. There's Ito very far behind, and also silos. So maybe you could put these forces more in the front so they can support your units, or if there's an helicopter coming. Because right now, if the one helicopter would be enough to kind of defend against these units, because the heavy AA is all on the left side. Meanwhile, red is pushing through the middle, giving away delta kinda, but I guess, I mean, once you control the middle, it's easy to go back into delta, so it's not a big deal for the moment. And the Chumat is well placed here, but they lose line of sight often and don't hit, so it's not a big threat right now, and you can easily also smoke them. So yeah, so I would say the opening was a little bit better for the red team. We will see how it's going on. They are now pushing into golf. The McLaren working here against the T-55 against the Recons. That's kind of annoying, but it's like not a big deal. Just 25 points against the Milan, against the McLaren. Good. So let's see. We have a little bit sneaking going around. There's base defense from Haymaker. I would say it's maybe a little bit too far away from the base, so it's like kind of spread out. There is a possibility that the red team will sneak through. And it seems like they find a way to go through. So golf is kind of falling. Meanwhile, they have control over delta. And Echo is like kind of, yeah, maybe also better contested or more contested with units from the red side. Sorry. So they are missing the AA on the left side, so they bring the Tansam against the Mi-35. But like if I look at the map, I would say for the moment there's much more units, of course cheap units, from the red team. Meanwhile, blue has the better air force, or has more points in the air. Good. They lost here the seat. I think the Kunas could exit, but it's kind of annoying again. And they lose golf now. It's really, it can be very hard to come back into golf, but well, right now there's just a Merkava left who has to fight against Proletary and tanks. And if they are not careful, they will also lose their supply. Well, it's gone. That's really, that's a huge blow. So maybe they didn't pay enough attention there, or maybe they had the idea like to give it up, or like to not spend more money there. But I think it would have been easier if they spent more money there on this side. Okay, let's see. So Echo is also kind of fallen because of the mid. They control the mid. They control the left side now. And the Chumad are empty, so they can't work also. The Proletary, well, there's almost nothing. Maybe there's the Merkava in the back, but there's nothing which can stop the Proletary or other units of red right now. Maybe they are lacking a little bit of infantry, but well, they try to change that. There's a lot of infantry coming. They might go to the middle, and they are going to the right side to Charlie and secure golf. So, and they are starting to kick. They brought the first CV, and yeah, that's a big problem for the blue side. But let's see how it's going on. The Recon also sneaked through the lines, so he passed the first well, defense line. Blue bought 2 FOBs and has no AA so far, no artillery so far, and red has also 2 FOBs, but they already bought a Pivonka and a Micah. And I would say if you have 2 FOBs, you have to play artillery. You can play with 1 or even with no FOB, and then you're not depending that much on artillery, but you lose a lot of points in the beginning, and you should really use the FOBs then. So let's see. But they have they're dominant in the air, but they can't really do something with that for the moment. So it was kind of quiet the last minute. Blue brought a lot of forces into and tried to get back into Echo from the left side. I think that's a good idea. But they have to be very careful about the middle, because well, they feel kind of surrounded. No, there's the 2 Merkavas, 3 super heavy tanks. They can hold back a lot, but yeah, one artist strike or something, or one airstrike can really destroy both units, and even the Concourse can do side shots here to the tanks. Meanwhile, Golf is secured. There's a lot of infantry in the woods, so it's kind of hard, but they are lacking of air, I would say, anti-air units here, at least long range. There's the Silos and there's the Itos, but there's no long range anti-air, since they have, the blue team has the dominance in the air. I mean, it would be very important to bring an anti-air unit here, long range, and it even helps you in the mid, because when the planes evac in the middle, there's a high chance you shoot on the plane from Golf, and relatively secure. So they're pushing mid. Blue, they have to do something. They're behind. They're 115 points already, or 110 points already behind, so they have to do something. And I think with infantry now they try to push in mid, and there's a first encounter of the Modernas and the Merkavas, but no, they go back. Okay, I don't know if they've seen them, but seems like the Merkava are a little, yeah, they be a little bit more carefully now, because the Moderna are absolutely contenders. So we have counter artillery into the base against the Magmat. Okay, maybe the Lirian already saw the fob or the magmat, so that's very annoying. And it seems like blue has no idea that the Lirian are already here. Good. So we have the push in the middle. The push on the left was kind of defended by red. And they already brought a CV in Echo. So they're ticking now with 2 points. And that's a huge deal so early, because there's right now not really a spot for blue where they can easily bring a safe CV in a sector. Echo, it will be easily spotted. Well, and golf is not really secure, no? It's occupied by red, but they fight back. They at least got back this wood here, and that's a good foothold to make more pressure on the rest of the sector. There's of course still the 372s, and seems like one of them is now gone. Yeah, the Quinners. And meanwhile, in the middle, there's red pushing. Oh, that was a huge side shot, and one of the Mercados is down. And now the Moderna are going for the second one. Wow. That was one mistake. Maybe there was a little bit, or blue should have used smoke here for the Merkava, and also the Concourse made some real annoying angles. But here the Peace Pheasants are coming for the Moderna, and they're killing one Moderna. So it's like 1-on-1 for the super heavy tanks. There was a huge blow again. So that was a very good use of the Air Force of blue. And on the other hand, they totally roll over the right side of the map. They really there's almost no defense now of red again, and they get the whole Gulf sector, put a CV in the sector, and soon I guess also the CV of red will die. The only thing they are lacking is again AA. The Dragon is down here, maybe not the best one against the Mi-17. Needs usually 2 shots. Oh, and they lost one of the fobs because the Liran spotted the fob, and I guess soon the second fob will also be gone. That's super annoying because they just spend a lot of money in the support, in artillery, and without a fob it's like a waste of money, no? So yeah, now they should see the second fob, and maybe even spot the CV. So that's a huge blow, and it seems like blue has no idea that there's already a scout that far. Okay, red is pushing mid. Blue has to move the CV, so red is ticking again. This bomb run was kinda into nothing, but it seems like in the last moment they could save here the CV, so very good reaction. On the other hand, they lose again a CV. On the other hand, how did they really just oversee one unit, one transport, and yeah, and also the base CV is gone. So blue has now a huge problem. They can't bring in new fighters or their Air Force, which was super strong in the last minutes, and they know that the enemy team now knows where the last fob is, and they're ticking again, the enemy team. So now they're 250 points, 260 points already behind. Now they spot finally the scout, but it's too late. Damage is done. The new CV is coming. It's armored. Good call. And yeah, so it's just a matter of time until they will have control over Hotel again. Super important for them. But still, they pushed. It was kind of an unlucky moment, because just in the moment when they tried to push into Golf and furthermore into Charlie, they noticed that, and they had to spend a lot of points and a lot of micro to get rid of the CV in the base. Okay, so I think in the meantime red tried to snipe the Foxtrot CV, but it barely survived. I think I saw some dolphins or something flying through. And yeah, on the right side now the helicopter are coming to counter the offensive, but they are too close to the Zeldas, and seems like they will shoot down, no, at least panic the Mi-24, and now it's shot down by the bus. I really would say there's not enough AA, long range AA again, on the right side. Well, but right now all they need is tanks, ground forces. They have some proletariat still here, but yeah. Good. Now the Kurnas. What was the idea of the Kurnas? Seems like they wanted to go for the CV, but it didn't. They didn't bomb anything in the end. Maybe they just lost line of sight or something. Okay. So base is secured, but FOBs are gone. Super annoying. And what else do we have? On the left side, red is pushing on the red side again. Blue was able to push them out, even kill the CV. And now they are ticking. That's 10 minutes to go, so it's kind of late. But it's about time to make some points for blue now. And they're working on it. And yeah. Although in the middle there's a lot of infantry coming again from red. And still on the right side there's not really something. There are some helicopters, but there's not really a tank. There's cheap infantry. There is also some proletariat, 90. Well, this is kind of elite infantry, but anyway, there's not that much which can counter a push. There's a lot of infantry standing here behind, but I guess they will use them soon to push forward, because they have to. They need more points. They have to tick. They need a sector for their own. Echo is lost, but there's no CV yet. And yeah, Charlie would be nice to have, but the Dragon is super aggressive. Shots down at least one. Shoots on both. Yeah, both M17s. That's a huge deal, because they can really destroy your infantry. So let's see how it's going. Now we have a tie, not from the points, but on the map. And blue really needs some points to get back into the game. In the mid, it's kinda equalized, I would say. On the left, there's not much of red, but well, they have to go into, and they have the disadvantage of pushing. And on the right side, it's also like kinda a tie. But let's see, there's an M84 in a super annoying position. Here he can do a lot of damage. He's shooting fast. This is well armored. And yeah, let's see if they are able to conquer Charlie, because they have to do something. They have the pressure now. One infantry sneaked through. Maybe they find the CV with it, but it's not there. Okay. Now they're pushing here into Echo again. That looks good. And yeah, here in the middle they have a problem. They're blocked here because there's proletariat, good infantry. But well, it's not over yet. They have a lot of infantry by themselves here, and they have the helicopters. Super annoying. The elite infantry here was spotted, and the manpads are running out of ammunition. That's a problem, because the helicopters, they are uncontested right now, and that's a huge deal. So, and although they managed to push back into Delta, very nice. There's an armored CV, a tank CV, very important in that case, and in that sector. Always a good idea to have armored CVs and not the cheaps, especially at the front line. And but they are close to lose their CV on the left side. Let's see. No, the Chumat saved the day, and they will be also able, if they are a little lucky, to maybe to get full control of Echo. But well, important are the points. They are now ticking by 2. It's 3 minutes 30 left, and they are able to find the CV in Charlie. Oh, there was almost a friendly fire, no? But well, it seems like it worked out. They're now ticking +2, but they need more points. They need another CV in a sector, or to kill the CV in the middle. There's nothing in Delta anymore. Very, very rare you see that. There's an Echo. There's just one infantry squad left, and Lechka Pechota with no ammunition anymore. So red team is kinda in a critical situation, but again the time is the problem. Oh wow, the Merkava is pushing. Proletariat almost did a side shot to the Merkava, So they killed the Merkaba with the Proletary. Super huge blow against blue, and the CV of blue is super close now to the infantry. Let's see if they can save it somehow. It's 2 minutes to go. With a tick of 2 will be very close. Maybe a draw is possible, but it seems like they didn't put an attack move, because then the Proletary already would have shot against the Merkaba, but the Merkaba was able to protect himself against the Proletary here. Okay, so Charlie is cleared from the CV. They kinda make pressure on, maybe even on Bravo, but the time is running down. 142 left. Yeah, they have the infantry CV still in, but the armored CV of red is like, there's no way right now they can get rid of that. Maybe with the Air Force, but I don't know what is left really. There's a Lavi, but Lavi might be not enough. Well, no, this does almost nothing, but at least kills the infantry in the middle. Okay, on the left side is fallen, so do they even find the CV here? No. 1 minute left. They're ticking by 2. There's a Mi-24 next to the CV in Golf. Didn't find it yet. The bombers are going for the CV, which they just saw driving into the woods. Very nice. Picked it up. And here's a Mi-24 contested by the bus, but it's shocked. Is it able to get the rockets to the tank? Bus is coming again. No, I guess it will be shot down. So +1. They're just taking +1 again because they lost the CV in Echo. Super sad. But I really have to say, I watched this game live in the stream, and it was a really exciting game. It was going back and forth. It seems in the beginning that red already was super secured the right side, but they pushed back very nicely. They never gave up. They played the right units, blue, and yeah, maybe if red wouldn't have been able to sneak around or most likely if red was not able to sneak around the recon unit into the base, blue would have had a very good chance to win this game, or maybe with a little more time. But well, we see the points. It's super close from the points, so it's the teams are, I think it was a fair game, a nice game, and I hope we have more of this in the tournament. I hope you had fun, so you can enjoy the tournament, and I hope I see you in the next cast. Bye.